Hello, students. Today we are going to understand the chapter The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. O. Henry has written 381 short stories in New York. So, this is among those 381 one best stories. Okay. In this story, the author tells us that our positive thoughts work as a remedy for our illness. On the contrary, our negative thoughts make us depressed and dejected, which make our illness more serious. So, we should have a positive attitude towards life so that we can make it as fruitful as possible. Sacrificing our life for the sake of others is also a theme in this story. The Last Leaf is a story of supreme sacrifice by an old artist. The old artist, Berman, paints to keep someone's hopes and willpower up. He dies for this good cause. His sacrifice also fulfills his ambition of creating a masterpiece. So, let's begin the story. The Last Leaf. It is autumn. Autumn season, Patjhad. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. All the leaves on an ivy creeper have fallen except one. And why doesn't the last leaf fall? So the season is of autumn season. The wind is blowing very hard and all the leaves from the ivy creeper, bale, have fallen down and only one leaf is left and that leaf has not fallen. So why doesn't that last leaf fall? Let's see. Sue and Johnsy, two young artists, shared a small flat. So Sue and Johnsy, they are two friends and they are both are artists. Artists, kalakar, and shared a small flat. So they lived together in a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. See here the spelling Storey and one is Story. The difference between those two, this Storey means floor, यानी कि मंजिल. ठीक है, and one is Story, that is kahani. So here this story, it stands for a floor, that is building की जो upper first floor है, second floor है, that. So the flat was on the third story of an old house and that flat was on the third floor of an old house. Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November. So Johnsy was very ill. She had pneumonia. So these days, everybody knows about pneumonia. Hai? So she was also having a pneumonia. Pneumonia, a lungs infection which causes illness. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Means she was not at all moving from her bed. She was lying on that bed the whole day and just gazing. Gazing means looking out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. Her friend was very worried. She was very tensed regarding her. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnsy's condition. Sue called the doctor. He gave the medicine, but there was no change in the condition of the Johnsy. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnsy?" As the medicines were not was not curing the Johnsy, so doctor asked Sue that, "Is there something which is worrying Johnsy? Johnsy?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" So here Sue was also confused with the question raised by the doctor. So she asked why he asked such type of question. The doctor said, Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. So here the doctor said that Johnsy has made up her mind that she will not get well in her life. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. And doctor also said to Sue that if she doesn't want to live, then no medicine can help her. Sue tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. So Sue, her friend, tried whatever she can do for her. She tried each and everything in order to make her feel better, in order to change her attitude. She talked about clothes and fashions, but Johnsy did not respond. Means she talked about all the likings which Johnsy used to like, but she did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. So, in order to overcome her weakness, Sue brought her drawing board also in Johnsy's room and she started painting there. To take Johnsy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. तो उसका माइंड चेंज करने के लिए जब वो अपना ड्राइंग बोर्ड उसके रूम में ले आई थी तो उसको वो ड्राइंग करते करते यानी कि पेंटिंग करते करते विस्लिंग भी करती थी इन ऑर्डर टू मेक हर फील कंफर्ट. सडनली स्यू हर्ड जॉन्सी विस्पर समथिंग. तो उसने क्या सुना, एकदम से स्यू को सुनाई आया कि जॉन्सी कुछ कह रही है. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. So when Sue went to the bed of the Johnsy, she heard that Johnsy was counting backward. Matlab she was counting backwards like 10, 9, 8, like that. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7, like that. तो क्या कर रही थी वो? She was counting backwards like 12, then 11, 10. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. तो anxiously means eagerly. तो Sue ने क्या किया? विंडो के बाहर देखा कि ये क्या चीज है जिसको ये काउंट कर रही है. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite to their विंडो. तो उसने क्या देखा? एक क्रीपर यू नो बेल. ओके, आईवी इज ऑल्सो क्लाइंबिंग प्लांट. तो उसने क्या देखा? एक आईवी क्रीपर है जो उसकी दीवार के जो विंडो के साथ में जो दीवार है उस पर एक बेल चढ़ी हुई है. एंड इन द स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड आउटसाइड द क्रीपर वाज शेडिंग इट्स लीव्स. तो आपको तो मालूम ही है कि जब बहुत तेज हवा चलेगी तो कोई भी पेड़ होगा तो उसकी लीव्स तो गिरेंगी. तो in that wind, that creeper was also shedding its leaf. Shedding means पत्ते उसके झड़ रहे थे. What is it, dear? Sue asked. 6, whispered Johnsy. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. So what Johnsy said? That now it is 6, means 3 days before the leaves were 100, but now only 5 are left. It is autumn, said Sue, and the leaves will fall. तो स्यू ने सिंपल सा एक आंसर रिप्लाई दिया कि ये तो पतझड़ का मौसम है, तो इसमें कौन सी गलत वो है, लीव्स तो गिरेंगी. When the last leaf falls, I will die, said Johnsy with finality. I have known this for the last 3 days. See here the makeup of our mind, Johnsey's mind, कि जब वो last leaf गिर जाएगी तो मेरी भी death हो जाएगी. That was she thinking. That is why the medicines were not at all curing her. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better. तो स्यू को गुस्सा आया. उसने क्या व्हाट नॉनसेंस शी इज टॉकिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स, है ना, कि आई विल लीव गिरेगी, लास्ट गिर जाएगी तो मेरी भी डेथ हो जाएगी. सो शी सेड दैट द डॉक्टर इज कॉन्फिडेंट दैट शी विल बिकम अ बेटर. जॉन्सी डिड नॉट से एनीथिंग. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. So Sue tried to console her a lot, but John C. does not want to listen to Sue. So Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. I don't want any soup, said John C. I am not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. See the makeup of her mind. कि जैसे वो क्या कहने लगी कि अब बस 4 लीव्स बची हैं, अब मुझे कुछ भी नहीं खाना पीना, मुझे तो बस जैसे ही लास्ट लीफ फॉले गिरेगी तो मैं भी हमेशा के लिए सो जाऊंगी. दिस वॉज हर थिंकिंग दैट वॉज नॉट मेकिंग हर वेल. Sue sat on Johnson's bed, kissed her, and said, You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light. So Sue tried to console her. She tried to change her mind, but she was unable to change her mind. And she said that I can't draw the curtain because she needs the light in order to do the painting. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. And she wanted to finish the painting because after selling that painting, she would get some money. Please, my dear friend, she begged Johnsy, promise not to look out of the window while I paint. तो स्यू ने उससे क्या कहा कि तुम मुझसे प्रॉमिस करो कि जब तक मैं पेंटिंग बनाऊंगी मैं पर्दा नहीं डाल सकती विंडो पे, मुझे खुले रहना है, तो तुम उस बेल की जो लीव्स गिर रही हैं उसको न काउंट करोगी न उसकी तरफ देखोगी जब तक मैं पेंटिंग कर रही हूँ. All right, said Johnsy. Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. So Johnsy agreed, and she said that finish your painting soon because she want to see the last leaf fall because I am tired of waiting. And she also said that I am tired of waiting, watching that the last leaf is going to fall, and I am also going to die. I have to die. So let me go away peacefully like one of those poor tired leaves. She wants to die. Try to sleep, said Sue. I have to paint an old miner. I will call Berman up to be my model. So what she said, that she has to finish her painting and she asked her to sleep. And she also told her that she is going to call a Berman. Berman was an artist and he wants to paint a masterpiece. And so in order to take some suggestions from him, she said that I'm going to call Berman, and she wanted him to be a model for her. She rushed down. Berman lived on the ground floor. See, they lived in the 3rd floor and the Berman lived in a ground floor. He was a 60-year-old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. Masterpiece, एक सबसे अच्छा काम करना चाह रहा था. बेस्ट वर्क मीन्स वो अपनी लाइफ में एक बहुत अच्छी पेंटिंग एक देना चाह रहा था, लेकिन वो उसका एक सपना ही रह गया था. Sue poured out her worries to Berman. Poured out her worries means उसने उसको जॉन्सी के बारे में सब कुछ बता दिया. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fall, and she told Berman that Johnsy has made up her mind that she will die as soon as the last leaf of the ivy creeper fall. She will also die. Is she stupid? Asked Berman. How can she be so foolish? See, everybody will say such type of words, that whether she is stupid and how she is so foolish. She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refuses to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot. Means now Sue told Berman that she is having a high temperature and she doesn't want to eat or drink anything, and that is worrying her a lot. I will come with you and see Johnsy. Berman said that he will come with Sue and he will see the Johnsy. They tiptoed into the room. Tiptoed means dabe pav. Okay, to walk using front parts of the feet without making noise. पंजों के बल जब बिना शोर के जो चलते हैं ना, that is. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtains together and they went to the next room. तो जॉन्सी सो रही थी तो स्यू ने क्या किया, उसके विंडो पे जो कर्टेन डले थे उसको डाल दिया. अभी खुला हुआ था कर्टेन तो उसने उन कर्टेन्स को विंडो पर डाल दिया. She peeped out through the window. Peeped माने झांकना. Okay. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf on the creeper. जब उसने विंडो से झांक कर देखा तो क्रीपर पर सिर्फ एक ही, और वो भी लास्ट लीफ रह गई थी. It was raining heavily and an icy cold wind was blowing. तो जब बारिश होती है तब क्या होता है, ठंडी हवा चलती है. So that was happening. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. तो ऐसी तेज हवा में कहीं भी कोई भी सोच सकता है, कोई भी पेड़ की लीफ होगी वो तो कभी भी गिर जाएगी. Berman did not say a word. He went back to his room. So after seeing everything and after looking out through the window also, Berman, what did he did? He just went back to his room. Johnsy woke up next morning. So she was sleeping that evening and she woke up the next morning. In a feeble voice, she asked Sue to draw the curtains. Feeble means weak, कमजोर आवाज में. जब आप कुछ खाएंगे नहीं, दवाई नहीं लेंगे, फीवर रहेगा तो कैसी आवाज निकलेगी, कमजोर सी निकलेगी. तो उसने स्यू से बोला कि कर्टेन हटा दो. Sue was nervous. Sue was nervous. Why she was nervous? Because she thought that last leaf would have fallen. So now she will again start thinking that she will die. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. Reluctantly means unwillingly. अनिच्छा से, बिना इच्छा के उसने वो कर्टेन्स हटाए, मतलब विंडो पे जो कर्टेन डले थे उसको खोल दिए. Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce wind, it didn't fall. तो जब जॉन्सी ने उसको देखा और स्यू ने भी जब देखा तो स्यू ने उससे क्या कहा कि देखो अभी भी उसकी जो क्रीपर थी उस पे जो लास्ट लीफ थी, इतनी तेज हवा में भी वो लीफ नहीं गिरी, एंड इट इज स्टिल ग्रीन एंड हेल्दी. I heard the wind last night, said Johnsy. I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I will die. See the negative thinking of Johnsy, that the wind which was blowing last night, it was very hard and she thought that it would have fallen. But she said that now if it has not fallen yesterday, but it will surely fall today, then at that moment she will also die. You won't die, said Sue energetically. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? तो अब उसने उसको बिल्कुल जोश से और गुस्से में उससे कहा कि नहीं, तुम नहीं मर सकती और तुम्हें मेरे लिए जिंदा रहना पड़ेगा. Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. अब वो क्या करती, हर एक घंटे बाद बाहर देखती उसमें कि लीफ गिर गई, अब लीफ गिरी, अब लीफ गिरी. तो वो बार बार जब देख रही थी तो उसको वो लीफ कहीं से गिरी नहीं, वो तो वहीं पे लगी हुई थी. In the evening there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. So in the evening one storm also, again it came, but that leaf was still there. It did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out to Sue. Johnsy was looking continuously on that window, that the storm was so heavy, but still that leaf has not fallen. What is the reason? I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. So now what the Johnsy said, that कि मेरे साथ तुमने मेरी इतने प्यार से देखभाल की ना, तो मैंने तुम्हारे संग कोई कॉपरेट किया, मतलब सहयोग किया, और मैं बहुत ही ज्यादा डिप्रेस्ड रही, मीन्स वेरी सैड और उदास, ग्लूमी, sad. Okay, gloomy means sad. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. तो उसने क्या कहा कि ये लास्ट लीफ जो है उसने बताया कि मैं कितनी खराब लड़की हूँ. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. Now she realized that in order to die, dying is a sin. Okay, Sue hugged Johnsy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. So now Johnsy changed her thoughts. Now her negative thoughts has been changed to positive. तो उसने क्या किया, अब उसने अपने बालों में कंघी की और ज्यादा सूप वगैरह पिए उसने, एंड शी स्टार्टेड स्माइलिंग. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sue, Johnsy now has the will to live. Now the doctor said that now the Johnsy has got a will to live, that now she wants to live. I am confident she will recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Berman. So now he said that he has to go to downstairs and to look after the Berman. He is also suffering from pneumonia. The doctor said that the Berman is also suffering from pneumonia. But I am afraid there is no hope for him. And he also said that there is no hope for him to be alive. The next morning, Sue came and sat on Johnsy's bed. Taking Johnsy's hand in hers, she said, I have something to tell you. तो अब दूसरे दिन स्यू ने जॉन्सी को क्या बताया, दैट मिस्टर बर्मन डाइड ऑफ न्यूमोनिया दिस मॉर्निंग, कि मिस्टर बर्मन की डेथ हो गई, एंड दैट इज टू ऑफ न्यूमोनिया. ही वॉज इल फॉर ओनली 2 days. The first day, the janitor found him on his bed. Janitor is watchman, chowkidar. Okay, so the janitor found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet. Wet माने गीले, means उसके कपड़े और जूते सब गीले थे. And he was shivering. Shivering means कांपना. And he was shivering with the fever. He had been out in that stormy night. तो उसने स्यू ने जॉन्सी को बताया कि उस दिन, जिस दिन बहुत तेज तूफान आया था, तो बर्मन जो है पूरी रात पानी में भीगता रहा था. Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted lying near his bed. Ladder, naseni, सीढ़ी. So they found that a ladder and a lantern was also there. That lantern was still lightening. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. तो उस नसेनी के पास में पेंट ब्रश भी थे, कलर्स भी थे. Johnsy dear, said Sue, look out of the window. Look at that ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? Flutter means फड़फड़ाना, है ना, फैलना. तो what she said कि ये देखो जॉन्सी, बाहर देखो, ये जो लीफ है वो इतनी तेज तूफान में भी बिल्कुल फड़फड़ाती नहीं, बिल्कुल उड़ती नहीं है. क्यों? जरा उसको ध्यान से देखो. That is Berman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. तो उसने उसको ये बताया कि ये जो पेंटिंग, ये जो लीफ है, क्यों गिरी नहीं? क्योंकि ये एक पेंटिंग है, मास्टरपीस है बर्मन की, जो इतने तूफान में भी नहीं गिरी. और जो लास्ट लीफ उस दिन बची थी, वो खुद भी उस दिन इतने हैवी स्टॉर्म में गिर चुकी थी. So, you saw that our thoughts play a significant role to live a happy life. So, we should always think positively, and sacrificing for others is also a good thing. So just change the attitude. Be positive. Okay? Thank you.